Pleased to be joined now by Silverbacks assistant coach Carter Cochrane following another win over the West Kelowna Warriors. Tonight it was a 5-2 final to get your sixth win of the pod season. As always, Carts, tell me your general thoughts on this one. How did this one go for you guys?
Oh, went pretty well. Obviously, pretty happy with the group today. This is probably the most consistent efforts back-to-back that we've looked all year in terms of just kind of being able to carry over the things that we did well in one game to the next. And, we talked a lot about maybe not getting the bounces or the puck luck or anybody really taking over for us yesterday, and Vernon being opportunistic. And we played a very similar style of game today as we did yesterday. And this time we were the ones who got rewarded for it. So it's easy. Could have been easy for our guys to kind of try to change things or do things differently or not buy into what makes us successful, because it didn't make us successful yesterday. And then, but we were able to do a lot of the same things that we did last game, and with a lot more success tonight. And, it's a credit to them being able to do it in their sixth game in 8 nights, and definitely didn't look at all tonight. We were able to that was probably our most consistent 60-minute effort of the pod. And it's hopefully something that we can get a little bit of rest and continue to build off of.
When's the point in the game where you guys kind of started to really get more comfortable, if there was a point in the game?
I don't know if we got more comfortable, but after they scored, I think our group really took it upon ourselves to say, okay, we're not doing this tonight. We're not going to have another one of these games where we start great, we can't hold them off, and we can't handle the pushback. And, Vandy did a great job of keeping us in it early in the game when we maybe started a little bit slow. And then, he really settled in after they scored their first one there, and our whole group did too. And really, we pushed back hard. And, it was our big guys and our veteran guys who stepped up huge for us. And then, Tucker burying that one was a big one for us as well. So, it's just a matter of, Tucker talked about it was a little bit of a lucky goal, or, I wasn't really shooting to score. But if you look at the play leading up to the goal and the ozone time that we were having and the sustained type of pressure, at some point those are bound to go in, where you're just generating shots through screens and shots with traffic and retrieving pucks and wearing them out in their zone. And I think they started the game with shots for 4-0, and we bounced back and kind of made it 15-9, I think, by the end of the first period. And then in the second they chipped away, and I think at one point the shots might have been even 16-16. And to look up at the scoreboard at the end of the game and see 40-28, obviously we were the group that really pushed at the end and kind of took control of it. And we'd like to clean up our special teams a little bit, and would have probably put the game completely out of reach. But the most sustainable thing you can have in hockey is 5-on-5 play, and we're very, very happy with our group at 5-on-5.
Yes, we'll talk a little bit about those special teams in just a sec. First, I want to talk about the Bennett, Recchi, and Jock line. They've been together now for a few games. And they scored twice, or they were out for 2 5-on-5 goals. Can you talk about maybe how they're playing and what makes that line work?
Yeah, they have a really nice complement, and they're very honest about their games too. They don't really put themselves in positions to not have success. They understand the situations that they can contribute, and that's, with the three of them, especially Benny and Jocko, it comes with a lot of down low play and getting it on the cycle. And Rexi's speed is a huge asset for them in short transition that allows them to push their D back and gives Jocko and Benny a little bit more time to skate. And if there is quick straight opportunities, we've seen it, just like Rex's goal the other night, where he's able to fly down the wing and score. But Rex is a huge asset for that line on the forecheck. So they're just guys that can have success in any area of the game, in every zone. Benny and Jocko are both guys that have played center. They can both win draws on their backhand sides. They can both play down low in the D zone. It's a very responsible line. And they're just able to drive the play by managing pucks and managing the game. And they do a very good job of it. And they're just really starting to find the comfort with each other. And they're definitely trending in the right direction. And we've seen, obviously we've got the big line combo that's been together here for the last 10 games or so, but we've started to see the ability of our other lines to kind of work in and out of each other and find kind of pairs and groups that kind of have success, so that if we do get into a little bit of a rut, we have other kind of contingencies that we can go to. And those three guys have really strung it together here for 3 or 4 games in a row now, where they're just driving the play and getting pucks behind their D, doing really good things off the forecheck, and spending a lot of time in the offensive zone.
I just want to talk a little bit about that top line. I know we have a lot, but was yesterday a little frustrating for them, you think, against Vernon? And then today, what changed? I mean, they did pot with the empty netter. 3 of the 5 goals was that top line. So once again, producing for you guys.
Yeah, I think it's the opponent change, giving Simon a little bit of a hard time because he tends to only score against West K, and I think he's kind of forgetting that there's 2 opponents in this pod. So, you know what, I think that those 3, the style of game that West Kelowna wants to play, really goes into their skills and strengths. So, I mean, Simon and Sully are extremely dangerous off the rush with their speed, and if you give them opportunities in transition off turnovers, it's not going to be I don't think if you want to trade transition chances with that line, no matter who it is, you're probably not going to come out winning that battle. And just a difference in the styles of play between the 2 teams. And what we're pushing those guys to be is those impactful guys every night, no matter who the opponent is. And, you know, right now we're only playing 2, but obviously 2/3 of that line is going to be back next year. And if they continue to play the way that they are in this pod, I think the rest of the league is going to take notice, and they're going to be keyed in on at all times next year. And if they don't figure out ways to create offense in different ways and do it against tough checking opponents, transitional opponents, or grinded out type of teams, you know, that's the making of a true first line, is one that can do it consistently every night. And we're getting there, and I don't think that, you know, it's not like last game, I don't think was super frustrating for them, just from the standpoint they still were able to generate, were able to create a lot, and you're not going to score every game. But yeah, we definitely like to see them be able to contribute every night for us, but they're definitely bringing it every night right now.
Someone who I mistakenly did not ask about yesterday and definitely should have is Tucker Hartman. Scores yesterday, scores again today. Can you just talk about his growth over the course of, I guess, this whole season, from exhibition season to now?
Yeah, I mean, we've been extremely impressed with the growth of Tucker. And, you know, he came in kind of the little engine that could and just never really stopped moving and skating. And, you know, he's just such a little ball of energy that sometimes you just need to contain it and kind of, you know, channel it in the right way. And, but the growth that he's had in his game, and, you know, we were a little banged up on the back end tonight, and Tucker had to step up and, you know, probably got upwards to 25, 26 minutes when it's all said and done. And I mean, you saw it, you don't really notice it by the end of the game. And him and Lucas Mata are really gelling together right now. And, you know, they're contributing at both ends of the ice, and you get another goal from Tucker tonight. You know, I think it's not 3 in a row, but it might be close to it, 3 out of 4 maybe, where that pair has contributed a goal into our line, into our game. So, but the best part about it is that the way that they're playing is so sustainable. It's just something that there's an ease to it, where they're just staying and they're keeping 5 guys in front of them defensively all the time. They're taking care of their net front. They both have the ability to retrieve pucks under pressure, and they have a variety of different ways that they can do that. Tucker uses a little bit more speed and quickness to do so, but you know what people don't realize is how well built Tucker is. He's in fantastic shape. He's one of our strongest players, and he's just, because of when you see the size that we have at our back end, and he probably doesn't get enough credit for how capable he is of playing a physical game. And you know, he's really starting to mature and grow into a guy that you can rely on for heavy minutes in every situation. And to be doing that as an 18-year-old rookie, all 4 of those young guys are doing a fantastic job, but those 2 guys have really stepped up for us recently.
Last player I want to highlight, then I'll leave the floor or open the floor to you. But Liam Vander Coe, I mean, 26 saves on 28 shots, picks up his 2nd win. Can you talk about his performance tonight?
Yeah, he just looked calm. And, you know, I think that we have such a long-term view of Vandy, and, you know, no different than a 6'7" player. And even Kieran Rashinsky's a good example of that. Like, Kieran's been on a 3-year growth plan for us, and we kind of look at Liam the same way, and we want to put him in positions to be successful. But at the same time, you love it when that he can go out there and, you know, battle and compete in a game like that. And especially early, when they kind of were pouring it on us a little bit in the first 5-10 minutes of the first period. And for him to just kind of weather that storm for us again in 6 game and 8 nights. And what we want our goal here for Vandy is for him to be pushing Sazy every step of the way. And that was a great first step for him tonight, where, you know, there is some time between his starts at times where we want to make sure that he's getting put in the best position to have success. And but when you go out there and have a performance like that, where you just look poised, and, you know, it's the first goal. I don't think anybody would have stopped it with the shot through a screen the way that goal happened. And the second one, just the amount of time the puck was in front of the net there, he's got no chance there. And, you know, when you have a young guy who's able to step in like that and have the performance that he did, it just builds the confidence in the group even more so in him. And the guys love Vandy. They battle hard for him every night, and Vandy battles right back too. And for him to have a performance like that, and I mean, he's 2-0-1 now in his 3 starts, and that was by far his best game that we've seen him play. And if he can continue to build on that, I mean, we know the limitless potential, but the realization of that potential actually coming true is starting to look closer and closer the more he plays like this.
Is there anyone I'm forgetting? Anyone else who you'd like to highlight after tonight's game?
A little different than the last time we played these guys, and I said no because we just kind of wanted to burn the tapes and move on. I think, unfortunately, it's a little bit late here, and I could be listing off pretty much every single one of our guys tonight, because it was a total team effort, and that's what we needed. And it was one of those games that you can really look back on and hopefully say, you know, that's where we kind of put it all together and we're able to build some momentum. I know we want to clean up the special teams a little bit, but those come in waves, and it's only going to get harder to score special teams and 5-on-5 wise, but particularly 5-on-5. And if we're continuing to be solid defensively 5-on-5 and we're able to produce offensively 5-on-5, then we're taking a lot of the variability out of the game, where, well, you know, if we're relying on our power play, well, we better hope we get 5-6 opportunities so that we're going to get 2 or 3 goals in that. And you saw that when we were coming out of our little losing streak to start the pod, where it seemed like it was only our power play that was producing for us. And when that happens, your power play is eventually going to go cold, and you can't be relying on it every night. So the fact that we're generating so much at 5-on-5 allows us to believe that we're going to be able to continue the success. And if we do start to get our special teams contributing positively for us, we think, I mean, we're going to give ourselves a chance to win every night.
Lastly, because I said I would ask about it, just a bit on the special teams. The PK maybe particularly, you look at the numbers and they're not great, especially again after tonight. Maybe put the fans at ease, like what is going on with the penalty kill, if you can kind of break it down a little bit, maybe the past few games.
What's going on with the penalty kill right now is it's not good enough. We lack an identity. We haven't really been able to determine what is our best route for success in that. We've had some bad luck throughout this pod in terms of getting scored on off the rush and weird bounces, but it's kind of really drained our confidence, and it's something that we can only get back from putting the work in. And we have a couple days off here where I think we're going to be able to hone in on it a little bit, but the reality of our penalty kill right now is it's just not good enough. And for the last few games, our power play hasn't been either. So I'm not going to be able to put the fans at ease right now with any wise words or miracle fixes that we're going to have, but we're going to put some work into it over the next couple of days here, watch some video and do some things on the ice. And we've shown that we can make changes on the fly here, and we have a group that's willing to learn and they buy into pretty much everything we do here. So when you have something like that, it doesn't give me, I'm not worried about the penalty kill, but the reality is it's not good enough right now.
Okay, perfect. Thanks so much, and enjoy a couple days off. Imagine that.
You too, Canty.
Thanks so much.